Oh, there we go. Right, morning. Glasses are cleaned. I am all good and ready to go. If you see anything wrong during this or you feel a little bit weird, it's probably not you. It's probably not your eyesight. It's mine. So I searched all over the place, but I can't find what my dog has done with my spare glasses. And these are the ones I've rescued from him. Um, I'm I'm now waiting for another pair to arrive. And yeah, the little yeah. He was just up on the sofa and gnawing away at these, and then I managed to get to them, and yeah, this is what I've rescued. 3/4 or sorry, 2/3 of my glasses. So there we go. That's it. It's a bit weird because they keep slipping, or the vision goes for me a little bit. So there we go. That's it. Done for me. Good morning. Hope you're all well. Do hope you had a good weekend? There we go. What run are we on? We're on the 31 hour. They're on fight process 12 out of 13. Right. Let's end this now. Right. End this one. Don't have to worry about this. 3 fine. And stop fight. Okay. Only one more to go. One ancient. Right. Right, let's go and have a look at events and see what they've dropped for us. Cheers, daily sign in. Thanks. Right, come on. So here he is. He arrives on Friday then, and it's a 20 times, so not 2 times and 20 times, just 20 times with Yuri as well. So that's nice. Special invocation, okay, and he's on divines, infernal sign in, champions, lucky ticket. There we go. I'm glad it helped out. Morning, Alan. You're right. Right, a quick one for people who are new here. This is my Forerunner account. I normally do it on the Forerunner. So if there's anything about that you want to see about the patch or anything like that, feel free to shout up in the comments and we will go and have a look at it and explain it to you, and that way you'll be able to see what's coming and when. Okay, so if there is anything you're curious about with regards to the patch, we've probably already seen it or got it on the Forerunner, so we'll be able to have a look and go over it there. Okay, so if you do need to see anything, morning Zeb, in 24 hours some people can start. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be Matrix 1 is, I think, deliberately overtuned. This being so new heroes that come out, whales can whale over. That's essentially my thought on it. So get yourself together a team. Try and do a video today and get it out for when patch drops, or it'll be tomorrow at some point. And we're I'll try and focus on how small or how young an account we can get the 8k chest on. If you can get above that, fine, but it goes 8k, then I think the next chest is 40k, and then I think the one after that is 100k or something like that, and I haven't seen anyone get that yet. I've seen people get up to the 40k chest, but I haven't seen people get above that. And then it goes all the way up to, I think it's 360,000 points of damage, but I haven't seen anyone get above, getting to the 100k yet. So I think it's very much there for people to... 2 secs, cat. Come on then. You want to come in? There you are. Do you want to come and say hello? No, you don't. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just for something that's going to go on for the next year, and they'll have heroes released that can fight or go against Matrix 1. So I would expect heroes over the next year to be Matrix 1 or Zerbus orientated, for want of a better... Look at that, they're slipping already. Orientated, for want of a better description. 2 secs, I'll be right with you after this, mate. Otherwise I mess it up and it becomes a disaster then. Oh, why did I do that? What an idiot. Yes, right. So, okay, the quick one, Romeo. The update will be live in approximately 21 hours. It starts in 19 hours. The servers will go offline apparently for 2 hours. So in 21 hours, the patch will be live. For me, it's realistically when I get up tomorrow morning. So for me, I'm in the UK time zone. For me, it's when I get up tomorrow morning on the 14th. But it says the 13th. But it's late on the 13th, so that's when it go. Am I still testing him? Yes. I've got a video that will. I've pretty much done it. I'm just not overly happy with it, so I might have to re-edit it. But that should be out within a couple of hours from here. I've gone over his mechanics, and he works, which is nice because the previous two didn't work. So, but we got those changed, so that's nice. That was nice that the devs actually listened. He does work, but everything is based, not, I want to say sort of from his basic attack. So when it says he does 100% damage, that is 100% of his basic attack. So if you've got him, when you upgrade his basic attack to do 120% damage, you actually get a damage reduction, although it happens much more frequently. So your damage actually does go up, but per hit it reduces. But he does 2 consecutive hits, so you get more, but it's not as you'd like it to read. Hello, Tank, you alright? I am, yes. I mean, I'll open my rewards up on this one because this is the Forerunner, so it's already happened. But I did 3 chests yesterday, and tomorrow morning when I get up, I will open those. But that's because of the time zone I'm in. It doesn't make a massive amount of difference, to be honest. It's by the time you're collecting 1,200, it's not going to make a great deal of difference. But every little bit is. If I can try and push a little bit of RNG and luck my way, then I tend to. I will try and get some videos out later. Still recovering. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. It took my wife ages to recover from that. Yeah. I'd say she's still recovering now, years down the line, if I'm brutally honest. Some days are just better than others. That's sort of how it works. Oh, you're in the wrong stance, aren't you? I forgot that. Come on. Oh, no. Oh. Heard a crack. Can't have the last arm go. That would be a disaster. That will really be my life over, I think, as far as vision's concerned for the next couple of days. There we are. That's that done. Yeah, so I will be opening chests tomorrow morning. I've got a small window of about 2 hours, I think, before reset, 2 to 3 hours before reset. I'll open my chests then do my runs for today, tomorrow morning, so it's still in that game day. And then I'll be straight back onto what I do normally. It's not much of a bonus, but you can squeeze out a small win for yourself. Hopefully we'll start seeing, I don't know, this is not insider information or anything like that, but I do hope that events now will start to see having shards, unpolished soulstone shards in them. So, you know, who knows, Halloween comes out, is that a big event for them? Christmas, they won't have to give out a complete one. They could give out smaller fractions, but I'd like to think over Christmas maybe they do throw out a complete one. But certainly, I think with regards to other events like Halloween, maybe they could chuck in a couple. Because the last time we got one, someone asked the other day and I had to look back. It was back in March when they did the Till Kingdom Come event, and I haven't seen many events like that. Remember, you had to do lots of different events and you got points towards it, and then you eventually got to the unpolished soulstone. So I'm not sure if they're going to do events like that again, but maybe they will. So this week will be update on global. I'm not sure if over the next week or so we'll get anything for Forerunner. Maybe we will. Or maybe it'll be the week after. And then we should start to see stuff coming back in for the Forerunner. And then normally there's a week or so break. And then we get on the global. And then we're back into getting sort of a couple of bits come through. But also make sure that you check the player center thing. What have we got this week? We've got Torador again. Okay. What if we can kill him beforehand? I think we could last week, couldn't we? But Kagiri didn't dodge it. Right, let's try this then. Medium, blimey. Right, what are we doing here? Let's place you there, speed this up. You there. Going to be getting the other two that could be the issue for me. We need how quickly a basic ultimate comes back around. Right, can we get your ultimate back around by the time the boss arrives? That's what we want. Come on, ultimate. Come on, speed up your ultimate. Oh. Yeah, we're good. Winner. You going to die or do you go unyielding? Let's have a look. You should theoretically go unyielding, but I don't know. Can we get you? Oh, you don't. Right. Just curious. Hello, Carl. You all right, mate? Sod it. There's always tomorrow. You can sleep tomorrow. Right. That's that done. I can cheese it that way. Can I just put a double tank down on him? Right. Let's see what we get. Claim this little lot. So what you're looking at, 5 hours worth of sleep. Yeah, so this is what you'll get after the patch drops. So when you collect your rewards post the patch, you get the chest drops as per normal. And then afterwards you get that additional rewards there, and that's where your unpolished soulstone shards are. But like you say, you're not going to get many. The most you're going to get is 9. Yeah, before taking the rewards, wait for the patch to go live. And then when the patch is live, you'll get these additional rewards. If you take them now, before, I don't know, 21 hours time or whatever, then you'll get these. You won't get many. But it's a little bit in your favour. Ooh. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did we get? 8 there? Did we? Something like that? That's just, no. Not many, but to take me to, I think I've got over 100 now. There we go, 105. Look at that. Another 1100 to go. And we're there. We missed a load of stuff, didn't we? Yeah, getting there. So Apocalypse, these rewards haven't changed. There aren't any in here. There's a small change to how they look, but that's about it. Oh, straight off with 1. 2. I'm sort of ranking hammers and these artifact essence now quite highly. So that's sort of what I'm sort of plumbing for now is getting hold of these. And then I'm too scared to actually use them on anyone, to be honest, as well. That's another issue I face. Ooh, 1, 2, blimey, just the 2 there. So 4 in total. Oh, blimey, bullions more than anything else. Yeah, it is. It's not fantastic. So this is Matrix. We'll have a look at the fight in a minute if you want. We're going to have a quick look at it, or at least teams, but for or at least how you set up and start. So this is the 8k chest here. I only get bottom chest. I've seen some people get the 40. I don't think I've seen anyone get the 100k yet. But there's no one getting up here. Where is it you need to get before you get the chameleon in it? 100, 120, 150. No. Blimey. 180. Yeah, there we go. Right up at the 200 mark before you get to see the chameleon in there. So, but he does come round as a bonus reward if you're in a guild that does it. I haven't seen anyone do it. But they are extra rewards. I mean, it's all something for nothing if you can just clear the bottom chest. So you go into your fight. You would mess up the Abyss Dragon. Yeah, you would. I mean, people are getting 100k on Abyss with one key doing 100k, and they're barely getting second chest on this. Certainly not top. So you set up and you have to lock in to two teams in their entirety before you go for a fight. So you have to have 20 heroes, 20 sets of gear, left and right side, 20 artifacts, all done and locked in. So if I adjust this team a little bit, there we go. Let's see, this team hasn't been saved. So I've taken out your artifacts now missing. Whereas here, everything is locked in. So you can move the stuff about afterwards once you've locked it in. But if I update the gear now, we'll see that people have got artifacts and gear now missing on them. So I can come into a fight. Yeah, let's do the fight. Let's do an auto fight. I won't be able to do it. If you lock in your fight afterwards, you then cannot go and change your gear on your second team. What you've missed, you've therefore missed, and that's pretty much an end to it. So go careful, make sure you've got all your gear lined up and done for one team before you go in and do the others. Yeah. There we go, smashed out on the first hit. There we go. Tank didn't have any gear on, so I won't, but you can go in and do the fight. There you go, fight done. Didn't get anywhere with it. And you do not have to save. You're not locked into anything. I'm happy to do it. I mean, bottom chest is free rewards. It takes maybe 5 minutes and you get free rewards. So I won't be pushing more than that. I will chuck in a team that does the bottom chest and that's it. But you don't have to save it. So have a quick go and then do not save. Boom. And you still got your 2 keys to do and have a go of later. So there we go. But we'll go over the mechanics and how they work later before, hopefully tomorrow morning we'll drop that. And then you can have something to play around with. But I would aim for, or what I'm aiming for is bottom chest. I probably won't even aim for the 40k. And then once a week I get those free rewards. That's sort of essentially how I look at it. Yeah, free is free. I mean, it's a couple of seconds worth of work. Well, it's not. It's 5 minutes worth of work and effort, and then you're done. that's it. And that's what I'll do. And until they start releasing new heroes for this content. But the issue they're going to have is people complain there's no content. And then people will complain that the content's too hard. But they've got to build some stuff for people, particularly the whales, who essentially pay the most for the game to have to go and do. So that is just one of those things. Right, let's claim all of these and then see where we need to go and sail to for this week. Fine, high five. Yeah, go. You do like Toad and Hole, don't you, eh? The other thing to check, right, there's a couple of things to check. So when the patch comes out, there's some things that weren't in the patch note. This is going over sort of the video I had yesterday. But the shop gets updated. It wasn't in any of the Forerunner patch notes or anything like that, but this has been updated. And it's an additional tab as opposed to replacing anything. So you still get your daily free stuff, all that sort of stuff, weekly free. This is an additional tab. Okay, so go and check that. And also have to see if the also see if the player center is open. So I've been doing this most days. I tested out and checked to see what happens if you don't log in. Then you can't claim this. You can claim the next one the following day, so every week, but you sort of need to come in every day because your larger point ones are at the end as opposed to at the beginning. But these are the rewards you can get, and I think it's over a 2-month period. You can get your W Gold up there as well, so that's quite nice. And you get this daily bundle. You're all been sent your email. That's your in-game thing. Just want to come in here. What do I get? 30 stamina. So I've had 30 stamina, 10, 20 diamonds I think I get, and 3k gold. Something like that. They're the sort of daily rewards that get churned out. They're not much, but essentially today, just out of clicking on them, I got an extra 50 stamina, which isn't, I don't think isn't a bad thing. Isn't a bad thing. Yeah. Now the other thing to check is yeah, the other thing to check is these will come out, molten crystals. Okay, so we're going to get those in the patch as well, and this is all for the new map. Have we got one that I haven't played around on? There we go. I haven't played around on this one. So have you? I assume you've all seen the new map and seen things like that. There you go. That's the new map. That will come out. Now, they had an event on the Forerunner where it was just a login event for 7 days. It was a 7-day login, although there were only 5 rewards. So you only had to log in 5 days out of the 7. And it gave a chest where you could get molten crystals from. So the chest gave you, I think it was 2 a day, from 1 to, might have been 4, something like that. I don't really remember, to be brutally honest. I'm sort of guessing at that. I didn't see a 5 from the molten crystals, so that was out there as well. So have a look when the patch drops. Things that weren't in the patch, the event wasn't in the patch for the Forerunner. It just sort of popped up. So have a look to see if you're getting free molten crystals. Hopefully you will do. And then also have a look at to see if the shop has changed, and also if you've got a player center as well, and then start chipping away at that every day. Okay, the first time it came out on Forerunner, you couldn't complete the full week. I think it came out on a Wednesday, so you could only do the sort of 3 days, and then it reset, and then the following week you could do all of it. Okay, so there you go, there's free rewards there. Only got a couple of days left. Make sure spend a load of gold. Yeah, that's not an issue. Promotion raids, make sure you go and do them. It's worth it, particularly for this, but also you can do promotion raids. I'm sure you can do promotion raid 1, can't you? Let's go and just prove that. I can't imagine it mattering which one you do. We should have yeah, there you go. Promotion raid 1. So you can do any level you want. So you can prof stamina if you really wanted to. I will probably do the extreme 2 and get that done and dusted. So that wouldn't be mine out of the way. New tide map. There isn't a new one, mate. It's just the same one that came out. What? This came out last time, did it? Last patch? That's already out on global, isn't it? I think. Finished in Plat 2. What a disaster. But then it's a nightmare on Forerunner. So the arena on Forerunner is an absolute disaster. Don't pay attention to it. What else is coming? The other thing that's coming out is really good as well. One of the things artifact. This is one of the best things. Being able to do a 10 shot on augmentation. Absolutely fantastic. You can do it for advanced as well. Runics you can't, but then I've only got, I'm not sure how it would work on Runics, so they haven't done it there, but advanced and commons you can just do the 10 shot and it would take the best roll that you get. You do a 10 shot roll and it would say there you go, that's the 2 best rolls you got out of your 10 rolls, and it just takes 10 from there, and then you can roll that up again if you want to, so you can have another go at it. Everything there was below, that was the best rolls you got, so it kept the ones there. Okay, so that's how that actually works for you, and that's that's fantastic, because rolling these up was an absolute nightmare. How do we do? Not bottom, happy. Oh, there hasn't been one yet then, so doesn't give them long to actually apply one, does it? Because we're fast running out of year, but there hasn't been anything. Hasn't been anything on Forerunner yet. So is there anything anyone wants to see with regards to what's on the Forerunner and patch and that sort of stuff? If there's anything you want to see, shout out and I'll go over it now so you can have a quick look at it so you know what's coming and what you can do, what you should do, or I don't know. Forearmed is better than forewarned, all that sort of good stuff. Probably need to stop collecting auto fights at the moment. There's a massive number of them, isn't there? I've probably got more auto fights than I know what to do with, or any amount of stamina that I'm likely to get. Purchase limit reached, that's probably true. Apex, I'm not getting anything there, so that's not an issue. Recasting hammer I need to do. Okay. That's coming around soon, isn't it? You get different ones to use, so no point in looking at that. I do need to go and look at my foundry, though, don't I? I need to do a massive amount of gearing as well, but there we go. One of these today, didn't we? By 5%. Okay. Quick rate attack speed. Oh, actually quite nice. Wow, could have been so much worse. Do you roll well? Didn't roll too shabby. Yeah, would be nice if they did, but oh, it's starting to lose vision again. There we go. I imagine next time round we will see some more. They seem to come out nearly every patch, don't they? So should get some more soon, I would have thought. Didn't get any this time, so I would expect some next time. So there you go, that's what's coming out in the patch, or at least the big stuff. The shards are coming out. If you can save, go for it. If not, you're not missing a massive amount. But I do my 3 chests a day. I don't know. Don't know whether it's going to make a big difference on the grand scheme of things or not. I think if you're in a time zone where you can do it, you may as well, because it's a small gain, and that way you're a little bit up. Which is always nice. It's better to be up than a little bit down, isn't it? So I might have to start trying to build myself up and do a 6K team. Yeah, there'd be a video out in about 2 hours after this. I would imagine I've got some editing to do with it about how he actually works. So you want to make sure you do the old Volker trick with him. So a lot of his abilities work when off basic attack and the number of basic attacks that go on. So that's what you're looking for. Again, you want to check with what people do basic attacks and what ultimates have got basic attacks with them, that sort of thing, because that's what really sort of powers him. And again, when he does big hits and things like that through his what's known as Thunderbrand, that's all powered by basic attacks. So it's doing those, and it stacks up to 80, then does like one big hit. So, and getting to it is done by a percentage chance of basic attacks doing what's known as a Thunder Strike. It's quite badly worded, and a lot of it seems to get lost in translation. That's why it's probably taken a little bit longer than I anticipated to do the video on him. But that's how he works. Also, he does work. You can put Setram's shield breaking buff on him, and he gets the 30% boost from that as well. So he does extra damage against shielded targets, but you can also put the shield breaking buff on him and get him to do another 30%. You can only do it from Setram, I think, can't you? Because Vaughn just does fighters, because he was doing healers or something, wasn't he, originally? So that all got a bit weird. So they've done Vaughn is just healers or just fighters, isn't it? So bear that in mind. But he just does from basic attacks. So people like Twyla, who does that, what's it called? Deranged Blade, I think it's called, where she does those, I think it's up to 12 hits, and then during her ultimate she can get back round to it again really quickly, do another 12 hit. That thing there, that's all done off her basic attack. That is classed as her basic attack. So you can really cycle through his abilities if you're using people like that. So I would say go and have, if you've got someone in Infernal Roar, I assume that you've checked to make sure their attacks are all basic attacks or variants of the basic attack, or the game classes them as a basic attack. And that way they would be good with him as well. So do the old Volker check, put Volker down, and then whatever heroes you're thinking of using with him, and see which ones get triggered by Volker, and then, or which abilities get triggered by Volker, and then you'll know who you can use. That would be my take from it, because the more basic attacks you get off with him from allies as well, then the better off he does. So with Volker, if people don't know what I mean, when Volker's on the field, she allows heroes to heal with their basic attack. So put a hero down on the field and put Volker down, and then go through their abilities, and if they heal, then it's classed as a basic attack. So some people's ultimates are extensions of their basic attack, and you'll see they will get healed when they use their ultimate. Other people, such as Ivar, they are new attacks, so they do not heal when you trigger their ultimate if Volker's on the field at the same time, and then you can sort of see who is healing, who isn't, and therefore you know if the game classifies it as a basic attack or not. And that's probably the easiest way to do it. So again, you're back to Twyla, her Deranged Blade, that's classed as a basic attack, and you can just see all the little heals on her go. You can see her healing away just on top straight away. So you can actually see that happening, and those heroes are going to be the ones that do remarkably well with him, or are going to push him and the team on further. So there you go. Probably rattled on a bit longer there than anticipated, but that's certainly one of the things I would look for with regards to using him, or if you're going to use him, what you want to keep an eye out for. Yeah, we're still pommeled here, aren't we? Two secs, door for some strange reason. Oh, sorry about that, just a parcel being dropped off. Yeah. So that's where I am at the moment. I probably need to put some work into that. Do a little better there. Put some more time into it. Yeah, so this is what I mean. If anyone's confused by what I mean, we just play around on this and sort of demonstrate it quickly. Skip that. The Volker doesn't even need to be hitting anyone, but if you then place someone on the field, you'll see with their basic attack they then start to heal. Okay, so you can place people down and then see if they heal off their attacks. There you go. And all these people healing here are all doing basic attacks, that's fine. And then, for example, if we fire off Kagiri, we'll have a look at him and then we'll see during the hit whether he heals or not. If he heals, then his ultimate is classed as a basic attack. There you go, he does a big heal, so that classes as a basic attack, although it's only one. And then you can individually test each sort of hero there with what they're healing for on their ultimates. There we go. And test a Pope out. See, there are extra attacks Pope is doing that he's not healing from, so they're not classified. Where else? Let's test her out. There we are. She's hardly healing. Yeah, doing the big hits. That's not healing. So there we go. You can see who does and doesn't prof from their ultimates. That sort of thing, and whether it's classed as a basic attack. Xena, absolutely fantastic. So there we are. Yeah, I've just got to add that into the end of it. So it's a bit of a take on how he actually works. So hopefully people, when they're doing it, will know what's happening and who they want to actually look at. Okay, there we go. That's essentially how he works. There you go. So I'm probably going to knock this on the head in about the next 10 minutes or so. Is there anything you want to know about the patch? Speak up now in the chat and I will go over it for you. If not, I will probably call it there. He just did the one heal. He didn't get the multiple heals. Yeah. So something to bear in mind. They wouldn't count as basic attacks that Raz actually uses to up his skill base thing. Okay. So yeah, he does the one big hit, gets healed from that, but the smaller amounts ones didn't, because you'd normally see lots of little attacks going in. Where is she? We have got a copy of her somewhere, haven't we? No, Nightmare, isn't she? Where is she? There. See, all those look at that. When she fires off that deranged blade, you get all those heals going off. That's all her basic attack. Look at that. And then I think she gets loads of them, doesn't she, during her... See, her ultimate big hit doesn't heal, but she fires off that deranged blade so much more often. And those stacks with Raz, there we go, can only go up to 80 stacks max. She is going to, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if I think that's 12 hits, isn't it, she does on that deranged blade. So her ultimate itself doesn't, but that deranged blade thing does. So, yeah. I think she'd work remarkably well with him. Anything else you want to see or look at with regards to the patch? The other thing they have said in the patch is they have said, now it doesn't work here, or I've never received any. I've only ever received these through the events, but this is the Forerunner, so it may well change. Don't hold me on it. I did report this in, but I have not got a single, well, I haven't got a single one anyway, but I haven't got a single molten crystal from gear raids at all. I've only got the old style mossy ones. Never got a single one of these at all from any gear raid. What are you doing? That's my slipper. Yes, my slipper's now dead. That's been taken away from me, so that's a goner. Going to end up the same way as my glasses have ended up. So there we go. Look, yeah, I was. The plan is I've got most of the Raz video done, so I was going to release that today. So people can have a look at what he actually does and if they think they're going to fit into a team composition. I'm just doing how his mechanics work, so what to look at for him. I will then spend the day looking at the new guild boss. I don't know whether the guild boss to do mechanics or do a team composition for looking at it. I might see how low I can go to get an 8k chest. Not that one. To get this chest, how low of a team composition you can go to get this chest, really. That might be what I look at for it. But I'm imagining most people should be able to get the 8k chest if you're in a guild that's sort of doing it. That would be my take on it, to be honest. But we'll certainly push something out with regards to it, and then we can have a look. If you, there you go. That's the cluster I'm in. I'm in a cluster called Shock and Awe. That's their Discord. There are gaps in some of the guilds, and there's everything from high end to beginner guilds. So if you want to come over and join in, go for it. It's not the wife. It's me little. Oh, it's this thing. He's done mic cables, internet connections, yeah, glasses, and now he's doing my slippers as well. So there we go. That's yeah. So if you want to come out, there's a Discord there. Apply on Discord, and there are guilds that have got plenty of spaces in. The one I'm in has got spaces in, but we generally don't do generally don't pay much interest to Guild Wars. So if you're not that fussed over Guild Wars and just do it as something ad hoc, then yeah, we're not overly fussed by it, are we, Tim? Yeah. It's fairly relaxed. Do your Guild Wars if you want. If you don't worry about it. But that means we just hover around Plat 2. We're not pushing it, so there we are. But if you fancy it, come on over and give us a shout. I think, well, we got 2 or 3 spaces in there at the moment. Got 2 or 3 spaces available, but I mean, there's other girls. We do Abyss. Abyss is downed every day. Abyss 1, Apocalypse 1 and 2, they're downed all the time. So the actual PvE content of it is all sorted. Although I don't see us doing particularly well in in Matrix, but then I don't see anyone doing it either. So yeah, we'll get the first one down and see how it goes from there. There you go. Wizards Hall. Make sure you do your promotions and get them, because you can get free stamina, and that's a nice reward as well. My glasses are slipping off. Make sure you've done 20 events. What else have we got to do? Event calendar. Let's have a quick look. Nothing on the horizon here. Is a signing event. Fine. All the Champions lucky ticket. Yeah. Wizards Hall. We've gone over that. W Gold gift. I think is everyone out of keys now? I imagine they are. Brave Conquest, nothing special there. I need to do some more. Remember Brave Conquest? Just a quick one for you. Time your Brave content with your gear dungeons. Remember, your gear dungeons cost 0 stamina to do, but because you get rewards out of them from gear wise, then you do get points for your Brave Conquest. So do try and time in your keys of geared dungeons to the Brave Conquest events, because you'll get rewards. Claim all. Yeah, probably need to upload, do some more gear. Spiritual Altar, didn't do that much summoning. Ancestral, that's pretty much done. Gauntlet, okay, I'm in that at the moment. And then Honours Gauntlet, there we go. Right, that's the events on at the moment, or at least on at the Forerunner. Okay, remember Forerunner, don't go crazy if you can't find this stuff. But anything anyone wants to see with regards to, wow, done well there, didn't we? What's going on? Why are we doing so badly? What's going on here? Oh, we got this. Okay, yeah, more of a timing issue for a team more than anything else, but we'll do our run. The first Matrix movie was brilliant, and then there's been a slow decline. Isn't there another one coming out? Have I seen a trailer for another one? The Matrix 4, Matrix 5 or something now? Bringing out? So there we go. Anything anyone wants to see? Yeah, so it's 5 then, is it? I've seen the trailer for. I thought I saw a trailer of a 5th one on YouTube. I just saw it being pushed out. I could be really wrong. There you go. Right, so anything else you need to see or you want to have a look at? I call it a day there because I've got a Raz video to do. What are we shortage of? No, you're not the shortest one, but the other thing to bear in mind with Raz is he is a marksman, but does deliver normal damage, not piercing damage. Okay, so do remember that with him. Oh, Bluefish, you all right, mate? Yeah, I'll the video will probably be just on his mechanics and how they work, and then I might have a quick look at putting him in other teams later on in the week before he goes live on anything, before you pick him up, to see where he's going to fit for you. Okay, there we go. Right, thank you all for your time. If you could do the old thumbs up, like, subscribe, that helps me out massively. I'll see you all again soon. Okay, thanks very much for your time. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope your summonings went well. Mine went meh, okay, but we'll see how this weekend's go. Oh, quick one before we go. Does everyone know how to manipulate your pity? Make sure you know how to manipulate your pity. If you don't, send me a message or something and we can go over it. But make sure you're aware of how to manipulate your pity, because you will need to do it for this week's summoning. Okay. Yeah, that's it done. Nothing good from any of you lot. I will catch you all later. Have a good week. But if you have got any issues, any questions, feel free to message me in game. I'm more than happy to try and help out if I can. And yeah, have a good week. Have a good week. I will see you later, and enjoy the patch. Okay, remember, patch comes out. Have a look to see if the event is on for more keystone chests, and have a look to see if the shop has been updated and the player center is available so you can get free W gold. Okay, right. Thank you very much for your time. Catch you all later.